Hi, thanks for watching my video. I had a very interesting question asked to me recently in an email, and it was kind of hard to understand at first, but I think I finally got the idea what this individual was asking me. What he was saying is, when a vehicle is in motion, like this van, with a dummy in the seat, you cannot touch the dummy to make his hands move. And I'm going to give you an example why, what happens when you do that, and how could you overcome that? Well, you can't. But you can fake it. Like in Hollywood, sometimes you'll see they'll have a shot of a person inside a vehicle, and then they'll have a green screen out there, and they'll put the background, like the Utah background, on the green screen. In reality, the vehicle is not even moving. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. This is why you can't do it, and this is going to be how you overcome it. I have this vehicle set up with a script AI, so we're going to put him in motion. You have to understand that that vehicle, that blue van, is a mod. That dummy is a mod. And if they're going 50 miles an hour and you grab onto the vehicle, it's just going to, when you grab it with a node selector, it's just going to rip the vehicle apart, because you grabbing it, you're stationary, and the vehicle is going to be going 50 miles an hour. The same thing with a dummy. Like, let's not do that yet. Let's stop him. You can come over to this dummy and grab the hand and move it. Let's say you're making a video and you wanted to make the motion like they're beeping the horn on the 18-wheeler, or they're reaching over here and messing with the radio, or clicking these knobs. With this dummy, you could do that. With this dummy, you cannot. So let's send him in motion, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Let's get selected on that vehicle. There we go. And now let's go to, so we're with this vehicle. So let's go inside the vehicle so I can get to the dummy. And I'm going to show you what happens when you try to take his hand and then reach down for the radio. I am stationary and the vehicle is going 50 miles an hour. That's what happens. You yank the dummy. You yank the dummy out of the vehicle. That is what this individual was trying to explain to me. How can you touch the dummy and make his hands do while the vehicle's moving? You can't. You can't. That dummy is a mod. It is basically a car, and the vehicle is obviously a mod. So what I came up with was this. Now this dummy is the Agent Y dummy that you add to the vehicle. I'm sure many of you are familiar with that. You go to, vehicle configuration, license plate, and select the Agent Y. That's a mod that you could download, and it will put the dummies in the cars. And the cool thing with that is you can, and I'll put a link to it down in the description, you can adjust the dummy up and down, forward and backwards as well. This dummy is not that. This dummy is a mod dummy. And it is, you just type in dummy. It's this mod. Crash test dummy with all these different ragdolls. And I put that dummy in the driver's seat. I picked it up off the ground and I set it there. And that allows me to come in here, grab the hands if I wanted to, and move them. Like he's beeping the horn, touching the radio. But now here's the problem. You can only do that with this rig standing still. So how could you come in here and get the Utah background to scroll? Well, I came up with an idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to open up the photo mode, come over here and get a screenshot of Utah, kind of from the perspective of what we would see if we were in here. So you can see like where the visual part starts right about here. So we don't really need anything from here over to this way, because this is going to be our scene, like right here. So let's actually put the camera right about where it would be in the rig, which would be right about here. Figure the rig's in line with this road and the dummy's right there, so somewhere in this area and about this height. Something like that. So I'm going to try to blur out the background. We'll go to depth of field and blur out the background. And now I'm just going to do a screenshot. Wait, field of view. Let's see if we can make field of view. Do right about there. And we're going to do a screenshot. So now we're going to go find that screenshot and bring it into Blender. And let me set that up and I'll bring you back. All right, so here we are in Blender. Get rid of the cube. Now, if you're new to Blender, you're going to have to activate Import Image as a Plane. So you just go to Edit, Preference. I think the easiest way to find it, make sure you're clicked on Add-ons. Go to Search and just type in, I think it's Image. Yes, Image. And then checkbox, put a little check on the box, Import, Export Images as a Plane. Let's go here, File, Import Image as a Plane, Desktop, bring in the picture. Don't worry about resizing it or anything like that. We'll keep this simple. We just want to get the image in there. I don't want to worry about anything else as far as detail, scale, or anything else like that. Get rid of the camera, get rid of the light, highlight the image, File, Export, Collada, DAE, Downloads, New Folder. We'll call it Backdrop. Go into there. Let's give it a name. Background. Background. I think there's already another background in there, so I'm going to name this one Background ABC. Give it a very unique name, no spaces, keep it simple. Export. Let's shut that down. No, we don't need to save it. And here we are in my downloads folder. There's the background image. So now let's go to Levels. Utah. Utah, Art, Shapes, Backdrop, drag it in there. And there it is. Now I am going to restart BeamNG and make sure everything's in there, and I'll bring you back when that's done. Okay, here we are back in BeamNG in the level Utah. So let's get that dummy that we need. Let's go to Vehicles. Just type DUM. I'll put a link to the dummies, the mod down in the description. Sitting female. Spawn. And there she is. J to freeze. F11. Once you select the dummy, she'll go back to the sitting position. Like that. So we want to put this dummy in the seat. And after that, we'll copy her and then put a dummy in that seat as well. Right about there should be good. Maybe a little bit over more. Okay, now let's just hit J and drop her in a seat. There you go. Now, J, shift, and drag her over. Make a copy. She should already be at the right height and everything, so should just be able to drag her right in. And this rig right here has already been recorded to drive down the road. You can see up here it's already been recorded. So we're going to put her in a seat here. And that looks good. And J. All right. Now we got the dummies in place. Now, let's go and get that background image. So we're going to get that background image that we made in Blender. Oh, wait. Utah. We're going to put it right. Art. Shapes. And oh, backdrop right there. And the DAE is right there. Let's drag that to there. And let's see. If we face it towards the sun, it should get a little bit brighter. There we go. Need to make it a little bit bigger. Let's go with, let's try 5. See how that does. That's good. Now let's make sure it's sort of kind of in line with the rig. Now we could even go a little bit. Let's see. Well, I think that's good. You would have to experiment as far as making it go back to get the proper perspective. But that looks good. Now, when it scrolls, there's going to be a line in it. There's nothing you can do about that. There's going to be a line where the edge of the picture is at. So anyways, nothing we can do about that. Next step would be to go to Windows and go to Material Editor. And go to, it would be your animation properties right here. And we would need scroll animation. Around 184, and the speed would be about 1.9. Press J. And there you go. There's the line I'm talking about right there. That's the edge of the picture. But anyways, you can kind of see where I'm going with this. So let that go. And come down here. And there it looks like if you added sound effects on your video editing software, you could reach in here while you're recording and grab the dummy's hands and do things. And it would look like the vehicle is moving down the road. So we're going to put everything together here, and I'm going to show you an example. So this vehicle is already programmed to go down the road. So let's press record. And let's send that vehicle going, which is this one. Wow, you gotta love those new sound effects from this rig after the 030, the 031 update. It's just amazing. So this is where you would get all your sound effects. Beep the horn. You know, move the camera around. You want to get all your images as it's moving, but you cannot touch the dummy. Obviously, you'll rip the dummy out of the rig. So I'm going to let this go for about 10 seconds, get a bunch of video. I want to beep the horn, because in my video editing software, I'm going to need the horn beep for that rig over there. And quite frankly, you're going to need the engine sounds as well, because you can't just go to this vehicle and not have any engine sounds. So anyways, let's let this go. Press Alt-U to hide everything. And I'm going to let this go for about 10 or 15 seconds to get the video recording that I need. Switch to 5, or let's see, where am I here? anyways, we got this. Press F11. Let's reset this. Oh, look, they're sleeping. We'll hit Shift R, and that'll put the dummy back where she belongs. We need to get a horn beeping, so let's just see if the horn will work now. Oh, we don't want it to go. Let's stop that from going. There's the horn beep I was looking for. So now I got my video clips that I need from that truck. Now I'm going to go inside the driver's seat here. So I'm going to press record, hit J, and raise the hand and make it look like it's beeping the horn. And then maybe have it reach up and touch the radio like it's changing the CB stations or maybe the FM radio stations. So let's go here. We're going to press J, hit record, and then I'm going to raise the hand and make it look like it's beeping the horn. So here we are back in BeamNG. I just wanted to show you how to increase the speed on that real quick. So press F11, go to Material, and you want to click on Animation, Scroll Animation, which is the second one down. I think we had this like 1.9 before, 1.89. We're going to take the speed from like 1.6 to like 4. Make it 4.5. Like 4.5. And press F11 and let's go inside. I think that would give you a much better view of the vehicle moving fast. I have the engine shut off in the truck, but you know, if you had your engine sound, you could dub it over. That would give you a much better representation of going down the road. Let's see what's happening if we go even faster with it. If you're going like 80 or 90 or 100 miles an hour. No, that looks pretty good. That's a little bit too fast. I guess it all depends on how fast you're driving the vehicle. You can make them bob their head like they're jamming out the music. You just have to record when you're doing it. Jamming out the music. You grab their hand and smash the steering wheel like they're angry. Pick their noses. Maybe even reach out and adjust the mirror. I don't know if they can reach outside. Hey, it opened the door. Well, you could do that too. And have the hand reach up. That'd be pretty cool. Have the hand reach over there. And then shut the door. And then play everything back. And when you play it back, you don't see any of you grabbing the dummy. The dummy just moves. So that's a really good, easy way to picking her nose, banging on the steering wheel, getting involved in road rage. Look at the reflection in the mirror. Where's the reflection of the dummy at? Isn't that weird? This is a dummy out here somewhere. Anyways, that's my idea. That's what I think this individual was asking me about. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.